Hi, Danielle Jackson here. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me again. And for those of you that weren't able to join me for my first episode, just quickly to touch on structure, this is 3 minutes together. And each episode, we are going to tackle one topic and or question that either came from yourselves and or fellow investors in my real estate community. So one question that came up frequently after my first episode was, what is an apartment syndication? I had mentioned joining Ashcroft Capital in my introductory episode, and Ashcroft Capital is a multifamily value-add apartment investor, and they offer this in a structure that is known as a syndication or a private placement. So what is a syndication? Syndication in its simplest form is just a partnership between and amongst investors. They pool together their expertise and resources, and generally in the form of capital, to acquire an asset that they couldn't, and in some instances shouldn't, own on their own. And there's two roles in a syndication. You've got the syndicator, otherwise known as a sponsor, and the investor. And the division of roles and responsibilities is the syndicator is the active investor who is actively managing the investment and ensuring that the business plan is adhered to as agreed upon between and amongst the investors. The investor into a syndication takes a passive role. So while it's a critical role in providing the capital, they are not involved in the day-to-day management, which is a huge advantage for investors that don't care or don't want to take an active position in their real estate portfolio. So really quickly, before I lose you, I just want to touch on an example of a syndication investment. So in this example, the syndicator is acquiring or looking to acquire a 400-unit apartment complex, which for a single investor would probably be a pretty sizable asset, especially with the purchase price of $60 million. So a syndicator is raising the equity portion, or in this example, $20 million, which consists of two components. First of all, the down payment, which is $15 million and or 25% of the purchase price, and then a $5 million rehab budget, which is to execute against a value-add business plan, which is something we will cover in a future episode. But for now, the syndicator, again, is trying to purchase a $60 million asset, and in order to do so, has to come up with a $20 million equity tranche. And that is where they will be raising outside capital from a pool, probably hundreds of investors based on the size, in order to complete this acquisition. So with that, I hope that this episode was helpful to you in answering what a syndication is and a potential investment that a syndicator would be looking to make. And I look forward to hearing from you, answering questions that you may have in future time together. And I hope that you continue to follow along. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me anytime through Instagram. I look forward to sharing more Q&A sessions together, and have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.